is Joshua Buxton, and today my topic will be on Western heroes. I got somebody back here, and he'll explain what this is about, and I'll be right back. Watching westerns has been a favorite pastime of mine for the past several years, and I grow mighty fond of those rootin' tootin' cowboys of the silver screen. And today I'd like to share a few of them with you: Roy Rogers, the Lone Ranger, and Gabby Hayes. Now let's get started with my good buddy Roy Rogers. Leonard Franklin Sly, who was born on November 5th, 1911, and died on July 6, 1998, became known as Roy Rogers, or the King of the Cowboys. He was the star of countless Western movies, but is best known for his television series, The Roy Rogers Show. His wife, Dale Evans, who is known as the Queen of the Cowgirls, was his co-star. In the show, Roy and Dale ran a restaurant with their friend Pat Brady. The show was centered around Roy's knack for falling into a case where crime has been committed. He goes after the bad guys on his trusty steed Trigger and with his loyal dog Bullet. The show had 100 episodes that aired from 1951 to 1957. I like to watch Roy because he's always getting into a fight that ends with a good shootout. Now let's move on to my mysterious and masked comrade, the Lone Ranger. Clayton Moore was born on September 14, 1914, and died on December 28, 1999. Played the role of the Lone Ranger. The show was about a Lone Ranger who was the only survivor of an attack on the Texas Rangers. An Indian came along and nursed him back to health. This Indian's name is Tonto, who was played by Jay Silvers. In the show, the Lone Ranger asked Tonto to make him a mask, which gave him the name, the Masked Man. They rode on their horses silver and scalped throughout the West, doing good and making silver bullets from a secret mine. 169 Lone Ranger episodes aired from 1949 to 1957. I like to watch the Lone Ranger because he always left before the people got a chance to give him the praise for his help, and he's a mighty fine example for a young buckaroo like me. And finally, I introduce to you Gabby Hayes. George Francis Hayes, who was born on May 7, 1885, and died on February 9, 1969, was the most famous Western movie sidekick. He appeared with stars such as Roy Rogers, hey, remember him? John Wayne, Bob Steele, Lash LaRue, Tex Ritter, and Who Gibson. After his last film in 1950, Gabby became the star of the Gabby Hayes Show, which was a television series dedicated to the stories of the Old West. For young whippersnappers like me. The show had a different cast every week, but the spotlight belonged to Gabby. He would start off his shows by sitting on his front porch and he would say, "Well, howdy there, buckaroos. This is your old pal Gabby Hayes coming to you live with another one of those rip-roaring Western yarns, your dirt too." The show aired for 4 seasons, from 1950 to 1954. I like to watch Gabby because of the way he tells his stories. You're dirt too. Yes, sir, Mom. Now I've had a lot to say today. talked about Roy Rogers and his buddies Dale Evans and Pat Brady. Second, I talked about the Lone Ranger and his friend Tonto. And third, I mentioned the most famous Western movie sidekick, Gabby Hayes. Look at the time. Time for me to hit the old dusty trail. Speaking of trails, shown you why we think of these men as Western heroes. Thank you.